Good people, what is going on? Another episode of the All Go Podcast. I'm your host, Desmond. Please like, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Been seeing a lot of commentary about, is Kevin Durant's career and legacy outside of Golden State an abject failure? Now, for context, I believe Shaq said, absolutely is. It is. You're the guy. You got to get it done. Hasn't won outside of Golden State. I guess my answer would be a cop-out answer because I watch Undisputed, Skip and Shannon, and when this topic comes up, anytime Kevin Durant topic comes up, Skip Bayless is he is that friend that you know, whether you're a guy or girl, he's that friend that is in a new relationship and they are just so in love that their spouse, their boyfriend or girlfriend can just do no wrong. Like everybody sees it, that they're either, taking advantage of them or being kind of shady, just not being a good boyfriend, girlfriend. Like everybody can see it, but it's just, you know what? I love them so much. I just love him. He wouldn't do that to me. She wouldn't do that to me. That's Skip's relationship with Kevin Durant. So I consistently hear about the excuses when it comes to why he hasn't won outside of Golden State. And really, we can just kind of talk about Brooklyn, because to me, he was pretty young, at OKC. Obviously, he still got, they got to the finals. So I'm not going to look at that time when you're literally learning how to become a basketball player and a superstar, which I think he is. Really the Brooklyn time. And the difficult part in judging it is because it's almost incomplete, because they have had to deal with injuries every year, like every season, right? His first season there, he was just rehabbing. He wasn't even on the floor. And then you've got the year with Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken, where Kyrie gets hurt in game 2. So Brooklyn's up 2-0, and they are mopping the floor with Milwaukee at that point. I mean, they are just blowing them out. Kyrie goes down with ankle injury, and then they lose in 7. But even in that 7, game 7, I mean, Kevin Durant had, 48 points, I think, in that game, 48, 49 points, almost 50 points. And you lose game 7 to the eventual champions. Now, this year, this season that just passed with the Warriors won it, that's one that's kind of tough to talk your way out of that, because to get swept, and to me, I'm not sure I would say that the Nets were a tiny bit incomplete, but only like 1%, because at that point you had gotten nothing from Ben Simmons. He literally hadn't played a single game for you. So it's not as if you were missing anything. I think he would have been a benefit, right? Like kind of a icing on the top. But for KD to not get one game off of Boston, especially in that first game, because in game 1, Kyrie was magnificent. Now, he was doing a little extra with, giving Boston fans a finger. All that is what it is. But Kyrie couldn't miss. And at that point, you just needed to come along for the ride. And for Kyrie, he was observing Ramadan. So, it wasn't a normal kind of energy level for him, different things like that. And for him to be that incredible, and you guys collectively couldn't bring that home, that was rough. And then mainly just seeing the way that Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and those guys just bullied KD into being almost an unrecognizable player, like that's where it's tough for me to say that that he did no wrong. He absolutely did wrong, because the thing I look at is, it was quite a while ago, but even Allen Iverson got one game off the Lakers. Now, that was in the finals, but nonetheless, I think we can all agree that Philly team was outmatched, and they basically got to the finals because of AI, and he's fantastic, and I think he dropped, 51 in that game, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, went crazy. But if AI and the Sixers can get one off the Lakers, like, you guys have to be able to get one off of Boston. And I'm not taking anything away from Boston. Obviously, they were Eastern Conference champs, but you're Kevin Durant, though. And you had Kyrie for all 4 of those games. And Kyrie went crazy in that game 1. It's just, I don't know. I guess all in all, I would not call it an abject failure, just because there's so many like different factors that happen. And yeah, some of them are Kevin's fault, but it's just, you can not have the team success and winning at the highest level while also playing well. You know, I look at LeBron. He's been to the finals, 10 times, won it 4 times. And outside of so he's lost 6 times in the finals. And really, outside of his first finals, which was so I think he was like 22 points a game, something like that. And the infamous 2011 finals. I mean, LeBron has always played well in the finals, always. I mean, some of those finals, I think that 2015 final, it was just crazy the numbers he was putting up, but they didn't win. So that doesn't mean that he was an abject failure or anything like that. I know he wants to win, and he would tell you they probably should have won, but that doesn't mean he's an abject failure. So I think all in all, I don't think that Kevin Durant's legacy or career has been an abject failure. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Greatly appreciate it. That's it for me. Peace.